Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Avery and today I am here to bring y'all a tag for Tag Tuesday. So first off, to get the apparent elephant out of the room, yes, I dyed my hair. I just wanted to change and in the spur of the moment, I decided to dye it red. So here it is. I will say I'm having a really fun time just in the past like 2 days being a redhead. I consider myself Ariel. But anyways, for today's Tag Tuesday video, I am doing the NOT TBR tag. This was originally created by Allie from Bookish Hamster, and I was tagged to do this video from Matt from This Is Me. And I will link both of their channels down below in the description for y'all. So this is just a short little tag, so let's get started. Sorry for my ring light reflection, like, comes with having a hamster. Prompt number 1 is abandoned pile. What genre are you most likely never going to add to your TBR? For this one, I'm going with just thrillers in general. I am a big scaredy cat. I don't like scary things. I love Halloween. Like, I'm loving that Halloween is coming up. I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays ever, but scary movies and scary books are not my thing. I get scared very easily, and when I get scared, it like ends up in my nightmares, the thing that I'm scared about. So I don't want nightmares. That's why I don't affiliate myself with those things. Prompt number 2 is to be denied. What book in particular comes to mind that you will never read? For this one, I'm going with Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. I'm butchering that, I'm sorry. For my senior British literature AP class that I took years ago, we had to pick a 19th century novel to do a project about, and I ended up reading Jane Eyre, and who knew that that would become my favorite book ever. There were 3 choices to choose from. There was Jane Eyre, Great Expectations, and Crime and Punishment. Our class basically was either the girls read Jane Eyre or the boys read Great Expectations. Like that's how it went down. But one of my best friends in that class, he decided to pick up the challenge to read Crime and Punishment. So he was the only person in the entire class who read Crime and Punishment, and he didn't even finish it by the end of the exam that we had to do. I'm pretty sure I said it was like a good story, but it's like really hard to understand, and I would think it would be hard because it's not originally English to start with, so that's like an added difficulty to reading this book. So just like, I'm not really interested in the story, I'm not interested in understanding the writing style, and like it's so big, so yeah, I don't want to read that book. Question number 3 is Nevermore. Is there a particular author that you would not like to give a chance or a second chance to? For this one, mine will go to Stephen King. I know that Stephen King is a very beloved author on BookTube, especially in the thriller department. Like I said in my first prompt, I don't like thrillers, scary books. I'm not really a big mystery person. I only read mystery when it comes to romance mystery books. I'm just not really interested in reading anything by Stephen King. Plus, like, almost everything that he writes is like really big, I'm pretty sure. Or like, there's nothing under like 300 pages, I don't think. And I'm not really in the mood to read something that big, and plus I'm not into what he writes. I'm not. Prompt number 4 is TBR Pile. Choose 5 books on your pile that you know you'll never get to, but they've been on your shelf for forever. So I have all of these books physically besides one back home with all of my other books, because I can't take all my books to the apartment because I don't have space. I don't have them physically, so there will be pictures. Coming up at number 1 is Maximum Ride Forever by James Patterson. This is the final book to the Maximum Ride series. If y'all didn't know, I was obsessed with Maximum Ride when I was in elementary, middle school. I was obsessed with them. I read these books all the way up to, I believe it's called Nevermore, because the book was geared to be the last book in the series. So like, I was prepared for the ending to be like, oh no, this is the end. I was prepared to be like, oh, it's done, it's over with, it's okay. Like, the books were like good at the beginning, reading, and then they're just kind of like, at the end I was just kind of like, I'm just reading these to finish the series kind of thing. And then I don't remember when Maximum Ride Forever came out, but it was years later, and I came across it at a bookstore, and I was like, excuse me, there's another book. So I bought it thinking that I would read it, and then I realized as I opened page 1 that I literally remember nothing from this series at all, especially from the book before that, which I thought was the last book. I don't even know why they continued on with this series. The second one is Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken. This is the second book to the Passenger duology. I remember when Passenger came out, I was obsessed with it. I loved it so much. And then I was like, ooh, I can't wait for the next book. And then I waited like so long for the next book that I forgot what was in the first book. And I don't really see myself rereading it and reading the next book. I don't. Number 3 on this list is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I've had this book for a while on my TBR. I bought it right when it was at like the hype or whatever, and then I still hadn't read it, and then like the third book came out, and then everyone was super disappointed in it that I was just like, well, I don't want to read it now, so I still have it on my TBR, but like, I know that I'm never gonna read it, to be honest. Number 4 is After You by Jojo Moyes. Yeah, I have this book physically because I think my mom got it for like $1 somewhere in hardcover, which is a steal, but she just brought it home because we love the movie a lot and I loved the book. I read the book before the movie and she knows about the storyline, so she saw Jojo Moyes and was like, ooh, I'm gonna give this to Averie book. But I loved Me Before You so much and a certain character so much that I don't see myself ever reading After You. And number 5, the 5th one that I'm going to choose for this question is probably the most gut-wrenching for some people, and that is Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. I had like the bind-up at one point, so originally I never really wanted to read this series, to be honest with you, and like it was never on my TBR, and like I watched the movies as a kid and I was like totally fine with just knowing the movie story version, and then a guy convinced me to buy the series because it was his favorite, and so I considered reading it, bought the bind up, and then I don't want to go into specifics, but like the book just sitting on my TBR just left like a sour taste in my mouth after everything that happened there. So I ended up giving it to my sister because she wanted it. So I just never see myself reading these books. It's like really high fantasy, and I've been getting less and less into high fantasy. I don't think like the writing style is all that much for me for J.R.R. Tolkien, and yeah, I just don't see myself reading these. I think I'm just gonna watch the movies whenever I want to learn more about Lord of the Rings. And prompt number 5 is to be TBRed. Tag some friends. Okay, so today I'm going to tag 4 fellow small booktubers. Number 1 is Vendi from Caught Between Pages. We have Bean the Bookologist. We have Nemo Reads, and Mermaid Keely. So those are the 4 people that I'm tagging to this video, and even if I didn't tag you, feel free to do this tag. I had a lot of fun making it. Again, thank you so much to Matt for tagging me to do this video. Again, his channel will be linked down below in the description. Let me know down below if you agree or disagree with any of my answers to these questions, because I would love to talk to you about them in the comment section down below. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all soon with a new video. Bye.